If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. 6th week in ordinary time, Friday reflection. My dear friends, you will never bear the cross, bear the pain, unless you have a relationship, a deep, profound relationship with Him. That is the very reason that the meaning of the Christian cross. The Lord is saying, calling the crowd to Him with His disciples, Jesus said to them, if anyone would come after me, and it's a big if you want to follow, but there is free will. He will never persuade His way, He will never bulldoze His way, persuade you, force you to take that decision. Rather, Satan, in his own evil intentions, can deceive you, persuade you, kind of push you, bother you to choose the broader path. But then in Jesus' relationship, it's different. He will offer you, He will knock, He will not bang at the door, rather He will knock. In Revelation 3:20 it is said, it's up to you to open it. If you open and enter, that's another, if you open, I will enter. So it's a beautiful, calm, serene calling. In Elijah, when he was praying in the mountain, it's not the storm, it's not the fire, it's not the earthquake, rather the gentle breeze called upon him. So that's different. So if you want to follow, it's important. If you want to follow, my dear friends, that's exactly where you are called to deny yourself. Take up your cross. If you want to follow, whoever would take up his cross, if you let him deny, if any would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross. To deny himself means to say no. This is exactly what happened in Garden of Eden. They simply wanted to be another god. That's the offer, that's the proposal of this evil one, isn't it? You eat from this forbidden tree, you'll be like another god. You don't have to depend on him. That's merely pride. Pride has hit them to the core. My dear friends, to deny yourself, to say no to yourself, that's completely against your pride. Me, I, myself, ego. We find in the first reading, Babel Tower, where all the people, the whole earth had one language. Now see this uniformity. And the same words, and as people migrated from the east, they found a plan in the land of Shinar. My dear friends, now they plan to build a tower. Now you have to understand, this is, of course, you can't take the literal meaning. So they were building a tower. So they would be like God. They all, at that time, they believed that God is in the sky. That's their understanding. So they build a tower. The language is different. Now God, Yahweh, found it difficult because they are coming towards us. So let us disturb them. That's the idea of the language. That's exactly what you get from the literal meaning. That's different. Rather, God, it is said, their language was, they lost the understanding of the language. So each other, the moment you go away from God, you will move away from each other. That's the theory. You will begin not to understand each other. Because in the Genesis, in the original creation, there was uniformity, oneness between God and Adam and Eve. The moment they fell into sin, there was dispute. It's not I, rather the woman. And woman said it's a serpent. So there was dispute. Satan is diabolos, which means a divider. Satan never unites, it divides. So it's easy for the evil one to manipulate, control when you are divided. when you are divided. That's exactly the notion of the evil one. The moment you go away from God, your pride will make you a mountain, not a valley. So you begin to think that you're greater than the other person. You're higher than the other person. So that's exactly where you're going to fall. So that's where you miss the understanding with each other. So there was commotion, calamity. So they could not build the tower. So that's exactly where the Lord is asking you, if you want to follow me, deny yourself. With your ego, you won't be able to do this. So that's exactly why you have to say no to yourself and yes to Him. That's exactly where the Lord is calling you. If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it. What is saving? I mean, God has to save you. If you begin to save yourself, that's selfish. You forget that there's a God for you. There's a provider for you. There is a deliverer for you. And you begin to do things for yourself. Rather, you're called to do, just to sacrifice, let go, so the Lord can take care of you. That's amazing, amazing, my dear friends. You depend on His grace completely. You become a spiritual parasite. Completely, you depend on Him. That's the beauty of this dependence. To say no to yourself, then you don't have to worry about yourself. What you eat, what you drink, where you stay. The beautiful calling. So you have Jesus in front of you. So I just follow my Master. How He left the sky, left the heaven, all the glamour in heaven, and became a slave, became a human, so that I should step down from my pride, my ego, my dear friends. That's the journey. That's my Master's way. For what can a man give in return for his soul? For whoever is ashamed of me and my words in this generation and sinful generation, of him will the Son of Man be ashamed when He comes to the glory of the Father in heaven. So He's my Master, and in that relationship I'm ready to deny anything, let go of anything for my Jesus. So that's the journey that you should move on. That's the journey you should go on. My dear friends, look at Jesus, look at Him, and you will have Him as a model. Step by step, day by day, journey with Him. Identify your own Babel towers, your own ego, your own selfishness, your own pride. So let the Lord break it. Sometimes dispute, sometimes commotion, sometimes problems will help. Sometimes that thorn in the flesh will help to humble the pride, my dear friends. We need that thorn sometimes. We need some problems. We need sickness sometimes to blow off our inflated minds, so that Lord can act with us easily. So it's always pain to say no to yourself. Those who want to follow me, take up His cross. Cross, there are two bars, horizontal and vertical. Cross, your relationship with Father and your relationship with other. Your will and His will. That's exactly the cross that you are going to face. Identify your cross. If there is no cross, there is no journey. So have Jesus as your model, ideal, have Jesus as your lover and friend and everything, so that you give your consent to follow Him, realizing that there is pain that you have to embrace. Pain with joy, pain with happiness, pain with acceptance, pain with praise. Never say no to the cross. Accept it joyfully, because that is His way. I want to follow His way by saying no to myself, yes to the Lord. Yes, Lord, here am I. Take me. I want to follow you. Amen. May God bless you.